When's the last time you touched one of those?
56 years, I think.
Yeah. What's your name, sir?
Bob. Bob Crane.
And you served in?
Yep.
Vietnam.
68, 69. Out of Benoit. We were the top Tigers. And the Mustangs. I flew a gunship. It was called Smoky because we would go on down and I would lay a smoke screen, treetop level, about 40, 60 knots. Anyhow, on a 50 cal, 3 M60s. And my heart's
kind of emotional. Huh?
Oh, very. One of the videos I produced is called The 7 Sounds of Huey. And it's all infantrymen and all aviators in the Army love that sound.
Yeah.
For many infantrymen, it meant it was 2 meanings.
There's a lifeline.
Yeah, well, one, they hated going in, but more important, getting out. And you can hear one of these things coming, on the horizons and all that. But what did hurt the most is the GIs. We pick up bleeding, screaming, pain, and we didn't have anything but a first aid kit, and too many of them were lost because usually it was at least 30 minutes to get to a medical facility. And that's what bothered me the most about Vietnam was the young boys, 18, 19, 20 years old, infantrymen. And my crew chief, a lot of times they were screaming over the income, what do I do? What do I do? Nothing. We just could slam the stick forward and full pitch and get them out as fast we could. Our measure was if we could get them somewhere within 30 minutes. Now sometimes, the wounds were just massive, and they bleed out in the helicopter, but.
Now, Manny, there is one more sound of Huey I have to tell you about. And that is of the men who sat at our controls, the chopper pilots, the bold and brazen young Army pilots filled to the brim with a passion and a pride to serve and support all that needed Huey's salvation. Whenever their infantry brothers called, they came. They would boldly come down from the sky through a hail of bullets and bursting RPGs. They were determined men. They were brave men. But some say they were crazy men. After all, why would a young man in his late teens enlist in the Army to become a chopper pilot? You gotta be crazy. One famed war correspondent called these men of the Huey God's own lunatics. And maybe they were. But many who saw their wild antics and incredible feats in combat called them just plain crazy. Sometimes downright insane. Whatever you call them. Whatever they were there for the grunt. The grunt was their reason to exist. Their reason to rise up every day and fire up Huey's powerful engines. And with her cyclic and collective in his capable hands, they pushed the limits every day until they finally went back to the world. For unfortunately, as too many, they went home covered in the flag they so dearly loved. They were as one, these men and machine. They were Huey's soul. And this sound, Manny, is what I think of as Huey's sound of soul. Hey, look up. Look up over there, Manny. Do you see her? She's coming our way now. She's sure a beautiful sight for these old eyes. There she goes. God, I love that sound. That sweet sound of her blades singing in the wind. So long, my good friend. Godspeed.